Hey there, yeah, you're the one who's been dreaming big, but feels that knot of fear in your stomach holding you back. What if I told you that fear doesn't have to stop you, that you can stare it down, embrace it, and use it to fuel a life where you're thriving, not just surviving? Today, we're diving deep into the daring, greatly mindset secrets that'll help you overcome fear and unlock a bolder, braver version of yourself. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step game plan to conquer fear and start living the life you've always wanted. Let's do this. Welcome back to the channel. My friends, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel, and I'm all about helping you live your best life by tackling the mental blocks that hold us back. Today's video is a big one. It's all about overcoming fear and embracing what I call the daring greatly mindset. This isn't just fluffy motivational talk. We're going to get real, dig into the messy stuff, and walk away with practical tools to thrive. You know that feeling when you're about to take a big leap? Maybe it's starting a business, asking for a raise, or even just speaking up at a meeting. Your heart races, your palms get sweaty, and your brain screams, "Nope, don't do it." That's fear doing its thing. But here's the secret. Fear isn't the enemy. It's a signal you're on the edge of something amazing. Today, I'm sharing the mindset shifts, stories, and strategies that help me and countless others turn fear into fuel. Grab a notebook, a coffee, or whatever gets you cozy, because we're going on a journey together. Let's start with why this even matters. Fear is universal. It doesn't care if you're a CEO, a student, or a stay-at-home parent. It shows up when you're about to do something that stretches you, like posting your first YouTube video or asking someone out. I remember when I started this channel. I was terrified. What if people laughed? What if I sounded dumb? But I realized something. If I let fear win, I'd never know what I was capable of. And that's the thing, fear keeps us small. It stops us from chasing our dreams, speaking our truth, or even just trying something new. But when you learn to work with fear instead of against it, you unlock a life that's bigger, bolder, and way more fulfilling. This video is going to show you how to do that, step by step, with real stories and actionable tips. So, let's break it down. First, let's talk about what fear actually is. At its core, fear is your brain's way of keeping you safe. Back in the day, it stopped our ancestors from getting eaten by lions. But today, it's less about lions and more about what if I fail, or what will people think. Fear is just your brain trying to protect you from uncertainty. The problem is, growth lives in uncertainty. Here's a story. My friend Sarah wanted to quit her soul-sucking office job to start her own bakery. She had the skills, the recipes, the passion, but fear kept whispering, "You'll go broke. You're not good enough." She was paralyzed for years. Sound familiar? That's fear's favorite trick. Making you think staying stuck is safer than taking a chance. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't go away. You just learn to dance with it. There are two types of fear we're tackling today: rational fear and irrational fear. Rational fear is the kind that keeps you from touching a hot stove or driving 100 miles an hour in a school zone. That's good fear. It's there to protect you. But irrational fear, that's the one that says, "Don't post that video. People will judge you." Or, "Don't apply for that job. You're not qualified." Let me tell you about my first big public speaking gig. I was invited to talk at a local conference. Nothing huge, but to me, it felt like the Super Bowl. I spent weeks obsessing over every word. Imagine the audience laughing or yawning. That was irrational fear talking. The reality? The talk went fine. People clapped. I didn't die. The lesson? Most of our fears are stories we tell ourselves, not facts. How fear holds you back. Here's the sneaky part. Fear doesn't just stop you from taking action. It messes with your confidence, your relationships, even your health. When you're scared to take risks, you stay in jobs you hate, say yes when you mean no, or avoid opportunities that could change your life. Studies show chronic fear and stress can lead to anxiety, burnout, even physical issues like headaches or insomnia. I'll never forget my cousin Jake. He was in a toxic relationship for years because he was too scared to leave. He thought, what if I end up alone forever? Fear kept him stuck until he finally hit a breaking point and walked away. Now, he's happier than ever, pursuing his art and living on his terms. Fear isn't just a feeling, it's a thief. But we're about to steal our power back. The daring greatly mindset. So, what's this daring greatly mindset? I keep talking about it. It's a term inspired by Brené Brown's amazing book, Daring Greatly, which is all about embracing vulnerability and courage. To me, it's about showing up, taking risks, and saying, "I'm going to try, even if I'm scared." It's not about being fearless. It's about being brave despite fear. Think of it like this. Every time you step into the unknown, whether it's starting a side hustle, asking for forgiveness, or even hitting publish on a blog post, you're daring greatly. It's about choosing growth over comfort, even when it's scary. Let me get real with you for a second. A few years ago, I was stuck in a job I hated. I was a marketing assistant, sitting in a cubicle, daydreaming about starting this YouTube channel. But fear had me in a chokehold. What if I failed? What if nobody watched? One day, I was scrolling through YouTube, watching creators I admired, and I thought, why not me? So I made a deal with myself. I'd post one video. Just one. If it flopped, I'd survive. I spent hours filming, editing, and overthinking every detail. When I finally hit upload, I felt like I was going to throw up, but you know what? That video got 50 views. Not viral, but enough to keep me going. Now, here we are with thousands of you watching. That's the power of daring greatly. One small, scary step can change everything. The 3 pillars of the daring greatly mindset. All right, let's break down the 3 pillars of the daring greatly mindset. These are the secrets to turning fear into fuel. Pillar 1, reframe fear's excitement. First up, reframe fear's excitement. Did you know fear and excitement feel almost identical in your body? Racing hearts, sweaty palms, butterflies, they're the same physical signals. The difference is the story you tell yourself. Next time you're scared to do something, try saying, I'm not scared, I'm excited. It sounds cheesy, but it works. I tried this when I went skydiving last year. I was terrified standing at the edge of that plane, but I told myself, this is excitement. This is me living. And you know what? It was one of the best experiences of my life. Try it next time you're nervous, whether it's a job interview or a first date. Flip the script in your head. Pillar 2 is embracing vulnerability. This is huge. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's strength. It's saying, I might mess up and that's okay. When I started sharing personal stories on this channel, I was terrified of judgment. But those videos, they're the ones you guys connect with most. Think about someone you admire. Chances are they're not perfect. They're real. They share their struggles, their failures, their dreams. That's vulnerability. Try it in small ways. Admit when you don't know something, ask for help, or share a goal with a friend. It's scary, but it builds trust and courage. Finally, pillar 3, take imperfect action. Perfectionism is fear's best friend. It tells you, wait until you're ready. Spoiler alert, you'll never feel ready. The key is to start getting messy. Write that first draft. Post that first video. Apply for that job, even if you're not 100% qualified. My first YouTube video was awful bad lighting, awkward pauses, you name it. But it was a start. Every successful person you admire starts out messy. Action beats fear every time. So what's one small, imperfect step you can take today? Write it down. We'll come back to it later. Practical strategies to overcome fear. First strategy, the 5-second rule. Now, let's get into some practical strategies to beat fear in real time. First up is a 5-second rule, created by Mel Robbins. When fear hits, your brain has about 5 seconds to talk you out of action. So, count backward 5 for 3, 2, 1, and then move. Send that email. Raise your hand. Take the leap. I used this when I was nervous about pitching a collaboration to a big creator. I counted down, hit send, and guess what? They said yes. Try it for small things, like getting out of bed when you're dreading the day, or big things, like asking for promotion. It's like a mental push-up. Second strategy, visualize success. Next, visualize success. Your brain loves stories, so give a good one. Before a big moment, close your eyes and picture yourself nailing it. See the audience clapping. Feel the confidence. Hear the yes from your boss. Athletes do this all the time. LeBron James visualizes game-winning shots. When I was preparing for that conference talk, I spent 5 minutes every morning imagining the audience smiling, nodding, connecting with my words. It didn't make the fear disappear, but it made me feel prepared. Try it before your next big moment. It's like a rehearsal for your brain. Third strategy, build a fear-fighting toolkit. This is a collection of habits that keep fear in check. Mine includes journaling my worries to get them out of my head, meditating for 5 minutes to calm my nerves, and talking to a trusted friend who hypes me up. For example, before launching this channel, I wrote down every worst-case scenario, nobody watching, mean comments, you name it. Then I wrote what I'd do if that happened. Spoiler, none of them were the end of the world. What's in your toolkit? Maybe it's deep breathing, a power playlist, or a quick walk. Build it, use it, love it. Fourth strategy, start small, stack wins. Finally, start small and stack wins. Big fears are easy to tackle when you build confidence with smaller ones. Want to speak in public? Start by sharing an idea in a team meeting. Want to start a business? Test your idea with one customer. My friend Sarah, the baker, she didn't quit her job overnight. She started selling cupcakes at a local market, got feedback, built confidence, and eventually opened her shop. Small wins add up. What's one tiny step you can take today? Write it down. We're circling back to that. Overcoming setbacks. Failure isn't the end. Here's the deal. Daring greatly means you'll mess up sometimes. That's not failure. It's feedback. When my second video got a nasty comment, I was crushed. But I read it again and realized I had a point about my audio. I fixed it, and my next video was better. Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. He had thousands of failures. Each one taught him something. When you stumble, ask, what can I learn? Then keep going. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Dealing with criticism. Criticism is another fear trigger. People will judge you. It's just human nature. But here's the thing. Their opinions aren't your truth. When I got that mean comment, I reminded myself, this is one person's view, not my worth. Surround yourself with cheerleaders, not critics. And when criticism stings, ask, is it constructive? If yes, use it. If not, let it go. I love what Taylor Swift said about haters. They're just loud background noise. Focus on your purpose, not the noise. You've got this. All right, my friends, we've covered a lot today. Fear is normal. It's your brain's way of keeping you safe. But you don't have to let it run the show. With the daring, greatly mindset reframing fear, embracing vulnerability, and taking imperfect action, you can turn fear into fuel. Add in strategies like the 5-second rule, visualization, a fear-fighting toolkit, and stacking small wins, and you're unstoppable. Remember my story? One scary video led to this amazing community we're building together. Your dreams are on the other side of fear. So, what's that one step you wrote down earlier? I want to hear about it. Here's your homework. In the comments below, tell me one small, daring step you're going to take this week to overcome fear. Maybe it's signing up for that class, having a tough conversation, or posting your first TikTok. Share ITI Read every comment, and I'll be cheering you on. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share this with more people who need it. And if you want more tips on living boldly, subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video. I've got a ton more coming your way. Finally, check out the links in the description for my free Daring Greatly checklist. It's a printable guide to keep these strategies handy. Let's keep this conversation going. What's your next daring step? Drop in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep daring greatly, my friends.